Hey everybody, it's 40 caliber 101, and if you guessed it, I bought a new gun. So inside this little case here is a special little gun that I bought. Particularly not for me; it's actually for my daughter. She's 4 years old, and I personally believe that it's perfect enough for a good time for her to get a gun. And what other better gun than a 22? Yes, I got a 22. And we're gonna go ahead and do a function check here, or safety check. Magazine out, and it's unloaded. Nothing down the chamber. Visually inspect as well as physically. Alright, close the bolt. Weapon is on safe, won't fire. Alright, now this weapon is completely safe. We're going to put the magazine back in real quick to reactivate the bolt to keep it open. This is my new little 22. Alright, so this right here is a Remington model 597. It is a Remington 22 long rifle. It's a perfect shooting little gun, especially for a first time shooter. I would definitely recommend this, or a Ruger. Any type of 22 pretty much would be great. The only good thing about this one right here is it comes as a package deal. It actually came with the Remington scope. They all do. This rifle here actually retails at around $200. Give or take, depending on where you go. I personally picked this one up actually secondhand at a pawn shop, and I picked it up for only 130 bucks. So I actually got a real great deal. It does come with this Remington 3x9x32 rimfire scope. It's got a good little scope on it. It's not high quality, but it is perfect for shooting. Of course with the 22. If you're gonna do a little target practice or varmint hunting or something like that, perfect scope, perfect gun. We're going to talk about the scope a little bit. Go ahead and do that. The scope is just like any other little rifle scope, little fire. It is a 1/4 inch MOA adjustments. So one click is a 1/4 inch at 100 yards. They do have these regular style dials. It does have a little bit of an indentation here, as you can tell. It's not like the one old style one where you have to put like a penny in or something like that, or screwdriver and turn it. You can actually turn it up and down. And it has good click. You can actually hear the click real well, so that's a good thing. The adjustment on it is pretty smooth. It is really smooth, actually. It zooms in and out perfectly. You can actually, it's not hesitating. So what I mean by that is it's not. You don't have to really force it to actually magnify. All you have to do is barely turn it, and it turns so smooth. So this is a pretty good little scope for this. I am probably later on going to get her a different scope, probably one with mil dots or something like that, so we can shoot out a little bit longer ranges. We are going to be using this for rabbit hunting, hog hunting, and stuff like that. So we are going to be using this for a little bit of varmint. A little bit about the rifle. It is a synthetic stock. It is a free floating barrel. So this is a free floating stock, a stock with a free floating barrel. It's really light. It weighs, maybe with the scope, roughly 4.5, 5 pounds, maybe a little bit more up in the 6-7 range. It is really nice. The trigger is, what you would expect for a 22. It's not really light, but it's not really heavy either. So it's perfect. It's nice and crisp, so you can actually. It takes a little bit to pull it, but it's good. So this right here is the magazine disconnect. So whenever you have the magazine in, all right, don't be able to take out the magazine. All you do is you take this little lever, you pull it back, and the magazine will fall. So that's a good thing. And like any other semi-automatic, whenever you're done firing all the rounds, all right, last round it will engage due to this little contraption here. So it's the bolt stop. What about it? It does feel really comfortable in your hand. So it is. It feels real nice. It's not too bulky, so it is perfect for shooting. Now the only thing that I really don't like is I wish it would have came with a notch here for a bipod, so it would be a little bit easier to moving around. If I have to get down to prone or something like that, I could be able to shoot it. Also, as well for zeroing purposes as well. On top of the rifle here, you see right here where the scope is mounted. It's not really a Picatinny rail. There are indentation grooves on each side where this particular scope rings actually set on, and where they sit on is where it's not really like I said, it's not really a rail, but it is. You can either mount a scope mounts directly onto it. If you have the style that screw down, you can do that. Or if you want to put another Picatinny rail on top, you can. But like I said, these particular ones actually move over these grooves right here and actually sit in place and tighten down. So if you do want to put a different type of scope rings or a different type of whatsoever, you might have to actually get a Picatinny rail on top or a weaver rail. That would be the best thing for it. Like I said, it is a 22. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 18-inch barrel for this particular rifle. I might be wrong. It might be a 20. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an 18 though, or an 18, but a 20-inch barrel. That could be that. It does have, like I said, it does have it does have those few scratches here and there. Like I said, I picked this up secondhand, and it is a really good rifle. Especially like I said, starting out. I had one of these when I started out shooting. Not this particular. I actually had a Ruger, but when I was looking around for a rifle for my daughter, couldn't really find a good Ruger with a scope package. So I found this Remington, and I couldn't pass it up. I had to get this Remington. I know how good Remington shoots. All Remington is, they're pretty high quality. So anything that goes wrong with them, you can send it back, and of course, they'll fix it. They stand by their product. I'm not sponsored by Remington or anything. I'm just saying, all I shoot really is Remington. What else about the rifle? Oh, the magazine. Magazine does hold 10 rounds. You can get aftermarket magazines for this. You can actually get the banana mags and the double-sided 25s, which is 25 on one side, and you flip around and have another 25. So they're about $10. They're not expensive, but they're not made cheap either. They're pretty sturdy. So, and the good thing is, this in here actually sits really flush. Not really flush, but it sits kind of flush, where it's not really bulking out right here. But it's good. And the good thing about these right here being so small, you can carry like 6 or 7 of them in your pocket if you need to, and not really worry about it. The only other thing about this is later on, I'll probably end up, besides doing the scope, I'll probably be actually doing a stock package as well. I'll probably be changing out the stock and putting either a little chassis on it, or I'll go to Archangel and get a new stock for her. They do have a nice little 22 stock for her Remington, and I do want to get that probably for her one day. Make it a little bit more accurate. This rifle is sighted in at 50 yards, so that's pretty much where the comfortability zone in for her, as because we're not going to be shooting past 50 yards really. If we do, then of course I'm going to use my big rifle. I'm not really going to use this, but this is zeroed in at 50 yards, and it shoots great. I'm shooting sub MOA at 50, so that's a real good rifle. What I shoot out of this right here in particular is actually Winchester X Points, the 45 or 40 grain hollow pointed copper tips. That is what I shoot out of this, and it shoots great. So this right here, these little 22s, a lot of people, they have bad feeding problems. Remingtons, I have not yet to see actually a Remington have a feeding problem really. But after I put more rounds into it, I'll check it out. If it does have a feeding problem, most likely it's the ammo, the casing, or something like that. So, but other than that, this is a good rifle. I do recommend this little rifle for anybody who's starting off with shooting, especially if you're a kid. If you got a kid or something like that who just you want to get into shooting. I do recommend this rifle. It's a real good rifle. So yeah, if you can, please like my channel, subscribe, like the video, share it if you need to, leave comments, concerns. I'll try to get back as soon as possible. Once again, this is 40 Caliber 101 signing off.